Welcome back to a brand new video. And you know, as usual at the beginning of all these videos, I'm out of ideas. So I will do what the script tells me to do and consult my rock friend to the left of me on what to do for this video. So Dwayne, what shall we do for...
Yo!
Huh. He's not there. I should call him, I guess. Yo, Dwayne, where you at? It's Friday, time for a video.
Muda mina sida. Ja, mida. Muda mina fida. Muda mina fida. Leda mina pauze. Oh, varias feida.
I see, I guess. I can handle some by my own, so don't worry about me. You just help him. Alright, bye. Oh my god, what am I going to do? I can't think of ideas on my own. I got all my ideas for a rock or the comment section. Okay. Well, I guess first thing I need to do is calm down. Should watch some YouTube videos. What's this in my recommended feed? Duh! I can talk about Steven Universe since the Steven Universe movie trailer came out like last week. Huh. Guess it's pretty obvious in hindsight now, huh? If you're a longtime viewer to the channel, it's no secret that I have a sweet spot for Steven Universe. I definitely tried to keep up with my reviews, but in the end I couldn't due to a 6-month hiatus that is still biting me in the ass to this day. But that aside, with Steven Universe the movie coming out in a little over a month, I thought, why not celebrate how far we've come and look back at the series from its humble beginnings in Gym Glow all the way up to the epic finale Change Your Mind. Today we're going to rank all 5 seasons of the show from worst to best. My ranking will factor in the shock factor and overall episode quality the show brought us, while also taking into account how the episodes themselves aired, cause, well, it's well known that Steven Universe had some schedule inconsistencies. And finally, of course, this is all just my opinion. Now, on with the countdown. The first season of the series. Now, before anything else, the first season is not bad at all. I honestly don't think any of the seasons are. But compared to the rest of the show, Season 1 is just not at all that notable. It's mostly focused on one-off episodes because, well, it was the first season of the show. The story of the series didn't really kick in until the last few episodes of the season. But I will give it this. Season 1 definitely has something none of the other seasons do, and that is the gym mission episodes. Because there really wasn't a story going on at the time, gym missions got to be contained in one episode from start to finish, say for the mid-season and season finales, instead of how it is now where gym missions are multi-episode story arcs. And the corrupted gym battles will always be a highlight of the series for me, and the twist that corrupted gyms are actually, well, gyms was great. And of course, the pair of two-parters that kicked off the big story, Mirror Gym and Ocean Gym, which introduced Lapis and the idea that the crystal gems aren't from Earth, and that there are definitely more gems are out there, while The Return and Jailbreak saw more gems invade Earth, with an epic season finale with Jailbreak. Overall, Season 1 was great, and is only at the bottom of the list due to the bigger picture it lacks that the other seasons have. Unlike... Honestly, you could switch Season 4 with Season 1 and I would not mind. After the amazing roller coaster that was Season 3, Season 4 felt a bit underwhelming. Being placed between two bombshells of seasons didn't help it either. It also doesn't help that it is home to debatably the worst episode of the series, Rock Nalo, and the weakest special of the series, Gem Harvest. Why this episode was a half-hour special bothers me to this day. The only notable thing to come out of the episode was Pumpkin. Nor does it help that this season had the entirety of one of its arcs leaked online weeks before it aired on TV. Oh, and speaking of the arcs, this season definitely has one of the, if not the weakest in the series. And no, I'm not talking about the zoo arc. That was just fantastic. No, I'm talking about the abduction arc, if you can even call it an arc. It was really just 2 regular townie episodes with a mysterious 5-second ending, followed by 1 mediocre plot episode and 1 fantastic plot episode. It just felt like a prologue to the Wanted arc, which was 10 times better than anything Season 4 had to offer. And honestly, that's just what the season is to me. It was an epilogue to Season 3's excellent ending, and then a prologue to Season 5's excellent beginning. It doesn't really stand on its own, and it felt like, dare I say it, filler. Especially when even the townie episodes felt underwhelming. While it did have its highlights like Last One Out of Beach City, Mindful Education, and the Zoo arc, this season was really lacking in all departments. Like a lot of current fans of the show, I got into Steven Universe after Jailbreak had aired, which was the moment of the show that made them realize that Steven Universe was a lot more than just one-off adventures about a magic boy helping people in town and occasionally fighting monsters. And so, with a lot of new and old fans ready for the next season to see what the aftermath could possibly be now that Homeworld knows that the Crystal Gems are still alive, Season 2 had a lot of expectations to live up to. And I am proud to say that it did live up to them. Season 2 of Steven Universe brought a lot to the table that would become staples of the series. Redemptions, multi-episode arcs, and status quo shifts. It gave us our first ongoing arc, the Cluster arc, which followed the gems teaming up with their adversary Peridot in order to save the Earth from being destroyed from a geoweapon made up of a billion gem shards called the Cluster. And honestly, Peridot's involvement in Season 2 was a big highlight for the season for me. From her game-changing role as a villain, all the way up to her stunning redemption arc, ending with her calling Yellow Diamond a bitch, I mean a clod. Speaking of which, this season ended with the first appearance of Yellow Diamond. Her first appearance was epic, and Patti LuPone gave a great performance that made me on the edge of my seat. And the townie episodes were on point, and my girl Connie became a crystal gem and actually gained some importance in the series instead of her role as just Steven's best friend / crush in Season 1. But overall, the best thing Season 2 introduced was Uncle Grandpa into the Steven Universe canon. Therefore, this needs to be at the top of my list. I will fix this right now. Now, for the final 2, much like number 4 and 5, they could go either way, and my opinion wouldn't change. It was a really tough decision, but the number 2 spot has to go to Season 3. Season 3 is highly regarded by many as the best season of the show, or in my case, the second best. And there is a reason for that. For one, the opener was an epic conclusion to the Cluster arc, the 2-parter Super Watermelon Island and Gem Drill. And not only that, Peridot's arc continued even further after that with the next batch of episodes, and we even got some Lapis development alongside it. It introduced us to the Rubies, an interesting set of villains, and any amount of Ruby is a plus for me since she's the best gem to me. This season definitely had the most fleshed out villain, Jasper, who is honestly my favorite villain from the show. Her entire arc throughout the season was also a highlight of the series, and shows that Steven Universe can even make good antagonists. The arc definitely put into question why Jasper hates Rose Quartz so much, and while we thought it was just Homeworld blinding her views or something like that, it was actually the fact that Rose straight up killed her original diamond, Pink Diamond, which set up the biggest mystery of the show: who shattered Pink Diamond? And on top of that, Amethyst got a pretty sick arc too, which made her the most developed crystal gem besides Steven. Her entire arc throughout the season developed her insecurities after she gets her ass handed to her by Jasper, and she feels worthless. And it all culminates with her growth as a character, learning to move past that, and her fusion with Steven in the final showdown with Jasper felt very earned. And on top of that, we got our first half-hour special of the series, Bismuth, which introduced, Bismuth. This title card still gives me chills. To me, it's tied with Reunited for the second best special in the series. The emotional twist and turn throughout the episode was great, and Bismuth as a character really deserved more spotlight in the series. And on top of that, the townie episodes in the season are the best in the series, from Kiki's Pizza Delivery Service to Restaurant Wars. They are all great. And we cannot forget Mr. Greg, the first musical of the series, which had that banger, "It's Over, Isn't It?" And it was all wrapped up in a nice little bow with one of my favorite episodes of the series, Bubbled, which followed Steven and one of the Rubies stranded in space with some of the most beautiful backgrounds I've seen in animation. And the season ended on a bittersweet note with the new lingering plot thread of Rose shattering Pink Diamond. This season was amazing, and like I said, it could be number one on the list, and I wouldn't complain. But number one definitely had to go to... Whenever Season 5 was confirmed, it was going around that it was likely going to be the final season of the show. Rebecca Sugar, the creator of Steven Universe, had this to say before it started airing. "Endgame or not, I'm shooting for the moon, and I'm riding us into a serious corner." Season 5 is the original intended final season of Steven Universe, and you can definitely tell that that's the case. But that's not why Season 5 takes the top spot, oh no. Season 5 is my favorite season of Steven Universe due to how different it was from the rest of the show and how much status quo shifts occurred in the season. Season 5 picked up right where Season 4 left off with its huge cliffhanger of Steven turning himself in as Rose Quartz and him and Lars being taken to Homeworld. We're immediately dropped into major plot episodes with Steven meeting the blue and yellow diamonds for the first time and him being put on trial but escaping underground. Lars fucking dies! But is brought back to life as basically a human version of Lion. Steven turning himself into Homeworld brought a slew of status quo shifts to Beach City. Sadie quit her job at the Big Donut and joins a band with the cool kids. Dewey isn't the mayor anymore while Nanofall takes his place. Lars becomes a space pirate. Lapis leaves Earth along with the barn, leaving Peridot in a state of grief. And Connie just flat out stops talking to Steven, but comes out a couple episodes later with a cute new do. And it's revealed that Rose didn't shatter Pink Diamond, but that she was Pink Diamond. And this causes Ruby and Sapphire to break up for a while, but they get back together and get married. And Bismuth comes back too, and after a huge battle with Blue and Yellow Diamond, the Jims and Connie all head to Homeworld to convince White Diamond to help heal corruption. The specials in this season were definitely the best in the series, from Wanted to Stranded to Reunited, and all the way to the originally intended series finale in one of my favorite episodes of the series, Change Your Mind, which featured callbacks, an epic robot fight featuring every crystal gem, shocking twists, and a heartwarming conclusion and ending song, and one of the most beautifully and fluidly animated scenes in TV animation history. Season 5 proved that Steven Universe is all about breaking boundaries and telling beautiful stories, and would have been a great conclusion had the show not been picked up for a movie and another season. Oh well. I do have some complaints though. It took 3 years for Season 5 to completely air, from 2017 to 2019. It was definitely the most inconsistent season schedule-wise, and had literally the longest hiatus in the series' history for a while. And remember when I said Connie just flat out stopped talking to Steven? Well, in my opinion, it was definitely the worst arc of the season. Yeah, I said arc. That shit lasted 6 episodes. Her reasoning was so petty too, like, "We're best friends, you should have taken me with you to almost die." Like she wasn't even happy Steven was back from literally almost dying. She just took Lion and dipped. But other than that, definitely best season to me. You can't ignore the sheer quality and shock value of the episodes in Season 5, and that's why it's my favorite season of Steven Universe. Well, that is every single season of Steven Universe ranked in that order. That's how I like them from worst to best. But of course, I have to reiterate that that is just my opinion. You can like whatever season you want. You may think Season 4 is the best, you may think Season 2 is the best. Who knows? But that's just my opinion. Well, I think I'm gonna go help Dwayne out with Kenny. You know, he's been doing a lot of good recently. He even started to talk. So I should get on that. I'm here to announce that once we reach 1,000 subscribers, I will make an extended version of the World of Meli intro, and I will use it as the channel trailer. So if you want to help us get there and you want to see that extended version, be sure to subscribe if you already haven't. Well, anyway, that's going to be it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, take care.